Jamil often references friends, or friend, singular, from middle school. He says, middle school was the first point in my life where I had some time and space to myself. I had friends I could talk with about anything. We'd study together, practice dancing, go out in town and get into trouble. It was also the first time I got into a really bad fight with a friend. We went days without talking, all because of the stupidest thing. In a voice line he says that his friend or friends would go to the local market all the time in middle school, because, some days I just didn't want to go straight home after school. Jamil says that, by now, he's largely fallen out of contact with his old classmates, but in his third birthday vignette he also mentions going to markets with his middle school friend or friends.
ああ、地元にいた頃は、時々ミドルスクールの友達と町の市場に寄り道してたんだ。屋台で買い食いしたり、露店で値引き交渉の腕を競ったりすることもあった。
The Japanese language relies more heavily on context than English, and thus doesn't really have plurals. This can be a source of confusion in situations like this, where it seems like the number of Jamil's friends is being kept vague on purpose. Is Jamil saying he only has one middle school friend with whom he is really close, or are there multiple? We don't actually know. The add-on of tachi is one way to specify groups of people. Anata is one form of you, and anata tachi is one form of you guys, but the word friend is kind of unique. You can introduce one person as your tomodachi, friend, or a group of people as your tomodachi, friends, and it is the same word. In this way, we never actually knew if Jamil has been talking about one or multiple people all this time, until Firelit Sky. It's for this reason that I think Twst was being vague on purpose. We were allowed to assume that Jamil has been talking about his middle school friend group, but then Najma reveals that Jamil has one specific friend from middle school with whom he was particularly close. With this revelation, we can suddenly look back on every single time Jamil has ever referenced his middle school friends. Who he studied with, danced with, got into trouble with, fought with, avoided his home with, went to markets with, was that all the same, one person? En doesn't seem to know, either, so they decided to split the difference and say he got along with a group of friends while only ever fighting with one. This is one possible interpretation of his original dialogue, but it is also possible that he is always talking about one person, and equally possible that he fought with a group. It has intentionally been left open to interpretation in the original game, although Najma's revelation is a big hint, but Jamil might have always been nostalgic, from the start, about his friendship with just one person.
ミドルスクールの頃は休み時間によく友達とバスケをして遊んだよ。懐かしいな。